TampaMystic, and we are live on the industry's most wanted. You see it back there?
Your industry's
Podcast.
most
Podcast. Boom.
wanted.
Big industry's most wanted. Listen, I got locks checking in. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we just found out we might be some kin to each other because, he from Columbus. My mom's from Columbus. That might be my cuckoo right there. I'm just saying.
Right
Definitely
on.
appreciate you taking some time with us tonight. I know you got a
hmm
busy schedule. Got a lot coming up. You're going to be traveling and stuff, but go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, as you said, my name is LOCS. That's LOCS. From Columbus, Ohio. So from the north, man. Where it's cold, but we keep it hot. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
I like that.
yeah,
That is really,
yeah.
really dope. So before we get into, you've relocated and you got a lot going on. But before we get into any of that, I really want people to understand your journey. So take us back. What was it like for you growing up in Columbus, Ohio?
Growing up was great. I grew up playing football. Before
Okay.
I developed a passion and love for music, like football was my first love. I started that when I was 5 years old and played that all the way up through college and everything.
Wow.
But it
That's
was
dope.
great. I have two families. It's always been there for me, supported everything that I wanted to do. If it was football, it was basketball, now music, whatever. They've been there for me. So I appreciate them. Being in Columbus is cold. You know what I'm saying? So I like to say I got tough skin, man. It's rough. It's rough up there, definitely during the winter months. But yeah, now relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, where it's warmer.
Yeah.
I'm outside. I'm outside.
It's a little chilly tonight. I ain't gonna lie, that wind is whipping.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Definitely. So
hmm
taking it back, you said you played football. You started at the age of 5 all the way up through college. When you first started playing
hmm
football, was it something that you wanted to do, or was it something that like your parents wanted to get you involved with, or was it a little bit of both?
I think it's something that my parents wanted me to get involved in at first, just because like I was just a strong kid. Like just looking back at pictures, like I was just a strong kid. So
Yeah.
I believe they actually I my first season was when I was 4 years old, but the age group started at 5 or 6. So there's people that were older than me, like bigger than me, and that's we know like kids like when they grow, it's fast. So
Yeah.
from 4 to 5 and 6 was a big difference. So I'm like playing out there. I'm like, nah, it's not for me. Like so then that next year, my mom was like, yo, you gotta try it again. I'm a little bigger now, so faster. So that's when I started and fell in love with it, man. It was
Yeah.
great.
That is really
hmm
dope, man. And that takes a lot of discipline. I commend you for you staying consistent with it from 5 years old all the way up until college. That is a long
hmm
time. You said you play
Yeah,
basketball as well?
man. I played basketball. I wasn't as good at it. I was scared. I always just wanted to shoot threes. That's it. I
Yeah.
didn't want to go to the rim because I was shorter than everybody. So like I just scared it would get blocked all the time. So I would just pull up from anywhere
Right.
deep. But I did track because I was fast. I could move my legs quick. Before everybody had a growth spurt, I could just run faster than everybody else. And then I played baseball too. Baseball, if it wasn't for football, baseball definitely would have been there though.
That is dope, man. You all around
Mhm.
sportsmanship. I love it. And you was dusting them out
Yeah.
there running track. I know you was
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. Yep. Track star. I went to the Junior Olympics actually when I was
Wow.
younger. So yeah.
So you
hmm
definitely like achieve a lot with what you do, which is that's what I'm
hmm
getting is everything you do, you put your all into it. You don't half step nothing.
No.
Outside of college, why did you not continue? Did you didn't want to go on to potentially go into the NFL, or you just wanted to stop at college?
Well, it's the politics of football once you get into the higher levels. Like you have high school where you have your stars that play like both sides, offense, defense, or whatever. They do everything. Then when it gets to college, it goes down to one position. You mainly play one position. 95 to 100%. 95 about 95% of people play one position. They don't play both sides. And
Yeah.
I ended up at linebacker because I hit hard and I was just like a hard worker, but I'm not that tall, so going to the NFL, I mean, that's where it comes to the politics of the game and everything. It
Yeah.
just didn't work out on a physical standpoint, but yeah. So I would have loved to be in the NFL. Like I said, like that was my dream. You know what I'm saying? But I'm fortunate to discover the art of music and just fall in love with that and do what I'm doing today.
Absolutely. That is dope. How
Mhm.
would you say that playing sports for all them years helped you coming into adulthood?
Just remaining competitive with life, like
Yeah.
just always playing sports. I was always just trying to win at something, which whatever it was that I was doing. So, taking sports, that sports competitive attitude of life is just whatever. It's just like throwing my way. I'm gonna overcome it, and I'm gonna just win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win at life. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you probably learned, excuse me, how to be a really team player too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And what's big in any industry or any like job that you're doing is just those relationships and just playing sports and playing different sports, meeting so many different people. I feel like it's allowed me to build my way of communicating with just anybody in the room. I can walk in the room, I can just talk to anybody. Just that's
Yeah.
because I've been growing up with different kinds of people my whole life, my wife's life, and just growing up in my city. And then just going to college, I meet people from Florida, California, Wisconsin, the middle of nowhere. Like, I'm going to the friend's crib, and in the backyard is a cornfield, but I don't know what's going on out there. Like,
Children of the
bro, like,
corn.
yeah, exactly. So I'm around everybody. You know what I'm saying? I have friends that wrestle hogs and everything. I mean, it's wild. So, I think it just helps with the current times and what I gotta do.
I agree. I think being able to get involved in other cultures, like you said, traveling to different areas and seeing cornfields and stuff, and Amish country, like we discussed earlier,
Hmm.
it gives us a bigger appreciation on life, and it gives us a bigger appreciation on why people do things, because every culture is a little different, and if
Yeah.
we never tap into it or go visit it, from the outside looking in, it might seem weird or different, but it's like to them it's not weird. That's how they live, you know what I'm saying? So it's dope
Hmm.
that you've been able to move around and experience different cultures. And what I think is so important about you being involved in sports and stuff like that is, as a musician, it's important to be involved in other stuff. That way you can broaden your audience, right? Because
Hmm.
being in the industry is big, but it's still small at the same time, if that makes sense. So
Hmm.
if you're
Yeah.
still involved in sports, or some people are involved in, like hiking, or some people are involved in racing motorcycles, whatever it is, that opens you up to a whole nother audience. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like you've stayed
Hmm.
tapped in with, sports and stuff like that. So I think that's really, really dope. When did music become like that passion for you, when you wanted to start pursuing it as an artist?
Uh, 2017 actually. So I've been doing music for 5 years now.
Okay.
So I guess, well, 5 years is a long time, but
Yeah.
in music time, it could be anything. I mean, it could be 1 year, it could be 10, 20 years. Like, you just following your dream, doing what you love to do. But so 2017 is when I really started making music. It was just one of those things where, like, one of my homeboys, he was an aspiring producer engineer.
Mm.
Invite me, hey bro, come through to the dorm room, you know what I'm saying? Put something down. That's what everybody was doing. Everybody was trying to get it, get what they had off, and that's where it started. Like I went in there and I was messing around, but I was like, hold on, like this sounds good. But I always kind of been a little poetic, man. Just growing up, being in the back of the bus in high school, freestyling with the homies and everything like that. That kind of has always been there. And then just like once I like found out, like once I figured out that like I'm not going to the next level of football, I'm like, I really like this. I'm gonna see where this take me, and
Right.
the rest is history. We're here today.
Absolutely. No, I think that's really dope.
Mhm.
Where did you go to college at?
I went to the University of Findlay. It's a small school in Northwest Ohio. So I
Okay.
played Division 2. It's 50 minutes south of Toledo.
Okay.
But the closest school to there is Bowling Green State University. So
Got you. So
it's like 20 minutes from there.
okay. So you went to school in Ohio. So you still have that's good that you started, up there. Now you're down here because you
Hmm.
got those connections in both places. You started doing music while you were up there. Did
Hmm.
growing up in Ohio at all have an influence on you wanting to do music?
Yeah, I say I think not directly from the city itself, or like culturally. I think it's just wanting to just be bigger than what I was accustomed to, and
Yeah.
I seen that being a musician, recording artist, producer, whatever. It's just a way for you to see. It's another way for you to see the world too, if you look at it from like a grand scheme of
Right.
things. When you're doing shows and going to other places. So, I think I just wanted to be just bigger than the area around me. Like I just wanted to just see the world, and do something just on a big scale, you know.
Yeah.
Because if I was in the NFL, it'd be the same way. People would be watching me from all over. So it's kind of like the same deal.
No, absolutely. Most definitely because it is bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a
Hmm.
big world out there and it's definitely bigger than our city, bigger than our state. Would you say that you've been able to do more musically now that you're here in Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm inspired a lot. I see a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not be inspired by such a great city. You have
Right.
a lot of people, artistic people around you. You shake hands with people that are doing what you love to do. You're driving around the city. You see the big house that you might like. You see the nice car that you might like. And I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's in your face. You can't escape it. You know, like, yeah. Just take a little 5-10 minutes road through downtown, you're gonna see everything you need to see, you know what I'm saying, and around there. So it's definitely and just but yeah, it's been a great time. You know, there's so much going on here in the summer.
Yeah.
Fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one of those cities that there's always something going on. Like you said, especially when it's hot outside, there's a whole lot going on.
Hmm. Yeah.
Did you move down here for the purposes of pursuing music or was there other reasons if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, moved down here. I have family here. I have
Okay.
family here. You know, that's great. And just it really wasn't like music. The main thing was like I need to get out of Ohio. I need to see the world, and I what Atlanta's like, and the weather is much warmer down there. Like weather's much warmer. Weather, you know, when I moved down here, that first night, I think it was like in January of 2020, and I was outside with like a short sleeve shirt on. But I just left, and it was like negative 26 degrees. It was crazy.
I've never in my life have felt that, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, because I've only lived in Florida and Georgia, so I don't even know what if I take that back. I felt it for I did this don't
Hmm.
count, but I had did what's called cryotherapy, and you stand in this machine, and it's like negative 130 degrees. Like it's
Hmm.
really, really, really cold. But that was like for 3 minutes. I've never been able to experience like actually living in it and having to go out and dress and
Hmm.
layer up and all that. Would you ever move
It's
back to the north?
uh, if I could live it my way, yeah, I can bear. I mean, I love Columbus. Like Columbus is one of the few northern cities where I feel like keeps up with the times in regards to just like keeping the city modern. There's a lot
Yeah.
of northern states that have big cities that are just like real industrial, old school, traditional. Like, but I think Columbus like moves with the times. Like I always say, like if you take Columbus and put it on the West Coast, like it'd be a pretty cool like city. So I say like. You know, I always have my heart there. But I don't know, man. It gets cold in the winters. I can't do it, man. Like, and then like if you waking up, you got the snow on your car, you gotta wipe it off, and then under the snow is ice, so you gotta either take the credit card
Yeah.
and scrape it off for the scrape. I mean, you spending a whole extra 15-20 minutes just getting your car ready.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it gets so cold, you can't just like the newer cars might be cool, but if you got like an older car, you can't just start it up and get going.
Nah, for
Otherwise, it's
real.
gonna shut down and now you slip and slide and your car shut off. Nah, I'm good.
Nah, for real. I was just like, I maybe it's because I'm from Florida, but I've never like understood how people can tolerate surviving in that. Because like I still have family in Northern Ohio, and I remember a couple years ago, like at the end of April, it was still snowing there, and I'm thinking, dang,
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
outside in the sunshine, and y'all are still like
Yeah.
getting snow, like, and I'm talking like deep snow. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is insane. So, yeah, definitely, maybe
Yeah.
go home to visit, but I don't know if
Yeah.
don't go back there and
Yes.
live again.
Spring break is really spring break. If y'all ever in Florida and somebody tell you they from Ohio and they down there for spring break, stay away from them because they there because they just escaped something crazy and they there to have the best time of their life. Just stay away from them because they're not gonna act normal. They haven't seen sun and the ground for months. So just stay away from them for sure.
Right, it could wear on your mental, I would imagine, most definitely.
Yeah.
So let's
Hmm.
talk about your creative process. Are you a writer?
Yeah, writer, producer, I mix, master, I the engineer, I do everything myself.
That is dope. That is dope. I think it's important as an
Mhm.
artist that at some point in time you learn how to do all that stuff because who better to get your sound better than you? You know
Right.
the sound that you're going for. You can hear it in your head before you actually really lay it out. but it's hard to
Hmm.
explain to another person. So when you sit down, do you have like writing sessions where you actually like, okay, I'm gonna take a day and write new music? How does that part come together?
Yeah, I write all the time. Anytime I get ideas generated in my head, I just do it, no matter like what I'm doing. And it's kind of weird sometimes because I either put it in my notes if I like got it going on, or if I just have
Yeah.
like a melody or something that I want, I'll be like in my phone. But like if I'm in a public place, it kind of looks weird if I'm like just humming or doing melodies on my phone in public. So it get kind of weird sometimes. But at the end of the day, like, God willing, they're able to hear what I was trying to do in that moment later on, because it was such a great thing. So I think sometimes I used to write a verse every time I woke up and before I went to bed.
Oh, that's dope.
At like earlier in my career, that's what I felt like my thoughts could like really go and what I was
Yes.
doing. But now I kind of just do it whenever. Cause just
Yeah.
sometimes I have to do things during the day anyway. So uh that's I write all the time. I'm always thinking.
Yeah. But I like that that concept that you had where you would write when you get up in the morning and before you go to bed, because whatever the first thing we do in the morning is kind of setting the tone for the day, and the last thing we do
Hmm.
before we go to bed can also set the tone for the next morning, because whatever we take to
Right.
bed with us is on our subconscious. So like I
Hmm.
even shared with my doctor, I was like, yeah, I get a little bit of anxiety because the traffic out here stresses me out, and he told me, he
Yeah.
said, start journaling, start writing at night and in the morning, because it helps channel that energy if you're carrying something heavy on your heart or on your mind. So I think that was a dope
Hmm.
concept. Does writing help you like with your mental?
Yes, it can. I'm a pretty positive person, so I won't say I get really too sentimental with my music, but I do um like putting my thoughts down, and writing, and maybe it doesn't always turn into a song. Maybe it's more so like you said, journal. It's more so like a journal entry in a sense,
Yeah.
because like sometimes thoughts just can't go to a beat. It's just like what you're thinking. So
Yes.
that's cool, and sometimes it does come back and make its way into a song or two. But sometimes it's just in my notes. My notes is crazy. I have like thousands of notes. I don't even. I probably haven't done hundreds of songs that I did, or like ideas, but in time they kind of just like make their way back.
Yeah. I heard you say that you write poetry as well, right?
I used to like as
Used to? Okay.
as I used to. I haven't recently. I used to like want to do like spoken word at a time,
Okay.
but when I was younger, I would always try to impress
Give
the
me
ladies.
snapping spoken word. Yeah, for the ladies, right?
For the ladies. So, and even like in like first grade, second grade, man, I was the one writing the notes, trying to pass them along, folding them up, passing them to the homie, like, hey, get this to her. And then I'll write something cute or something, trying to impress. That's like where it started, like I always did that. Even at a young age, like Valentine's Day, I'm like getting cards and stuff. Like I was like a little romantic. So, that's kind of like it's
Mr.
always been
Hallmark
there.
himself.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Have
Yeah.
you ever thought about, turning any of your poetry into music, or is that just something you keep separated?
If it works in time, I think I just kind of keep it where it is in the median that it is.
Yeah.
Um, just because of like what I am consistently, I might, pop out and do it just for like a change up every now and then if I want to throw out something that's slower. But that's just kind of like a different way for me to just like separate from LOCS and the energetic stuff, and just kind of just be me as a person and just have my own thoughts to live in its own lane.
Understood. Understood. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Let's talk about your name. Who gave you locks?
Yeah. My hair. My hair. I got a hat on right now, but I have locks.
Oh, you
So
got nice hair. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah. I
dope.
got some hair.
That's dope. How
Yeah, I
long you
got
been
hair.
growing your locks?
So 7 years. 7 years in total.
Okay.
I actually just had it on the top of my head, and then I cut them earlier this year because I wanted to restyle my hair. So I cut them, grew my hair back. I cut my hair in half that I grew for 7 years, and I put it back on my head. So now it's all the way around my head. So seven
Yeah.
years, yeah. Before I cut them, they were like down to the middle of my back. Now they're like shorter,
Wow.
but It's just hair and time. We get there.
Listen, I know, like, I used to have the really short hair, and during the pandemic, I started letting it grow, and mine was probably, like, 3 inches longer than what it is now, but it's just easier to
Mm,
maintain when it's a little shorter. Having long hair is a lot of maintenance. What does your
hmm
locks mean to you? That's your crown. What does it mean to you?
That's just like my journey. Like, it's just a journey. But I think when I was thinking about my name, I was like, I need something that's identifying. I had locks. I had started them when I had picked the name. My locks wasn't that um long at the time. They were starter locks, but I knew where I was going with it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted something short and sweet. I can't even remember all the names that I was trying to do, but it wasn't working because a lot of the stuff that's like, because my name is Justice, and so I was gonna go like poetic justice, but then I didn't want to box myself into being some lyrical, very like
Right.
straightforward.
Understood.
So I was just like, nah, I need something quick, lots, like bye bye. So it worked, and I stuck with it, and
I like it
mhm,
because it defines who you are. Like it is a part of you. You
mhm,
know what I'm saying? And even if
mhm,
at some point in time you decide to cut them off and go with the low hair again, it was a still part of your journey at some point in time in your life. So it definitely defines you. For the
yeah.
people who haven't heard your music, which we're going to listen to one of your songs in a few minutes, like what do you want people to get when they tune in and hear your music for the first time? What do you want them to feel?
Just positive, man, and just ready to just take over the world, man. Just live out your dreams and accomplish anything that you want to. I make a lot of music that has a lot of positive affirmations, positive words, just being on top of the world. And I change it up. I make all kinds of music. So if you tune into my discography, you'll see that there's a lot of different vibes. But for the most part, it's very energetic. It gets things going. Like I said, like I'm a former football player, so I
Yeah.
know what it's like in the locker room, and I know what gets people going. So that's the type of music that I gravitate to most of the time.
I love that. That's one of the things I talk
Mm,
about a lot with my guests is speaking positive affirmations, especially early in the morning. Like we have to manifest what we want and we have to speak it into existence. And a lot of that comes from positive affirmations. So I love the fact that you're incorporating that in your music because it's
mhm.
ugly out there in the world. We need some more positive
Yeah.
music out here. Like some of the music is so low vibrational and it's no shade, but it
Mhm.
is shade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
spreading a positive message. What would you say in 2023 musically has been your biggest accomplishment?
Musically, um, this year I made it a point to drop different kinds of music, different vibes. I got some groovier funk vibes. I got some high energy vibes. I dropped some more like lyrical stuff. I dropped some more like party on the boat type of vibes. I really just wanted to show my versatility this year, and I say like
Yeah.
that's a accomplishment that I can do in whole. But I did a variety of shows this year. I opened up for
Yeah.
K Camp earlier this year. I opened up for
Oh,
Sammy Adams this year, and most recently, I opened up for Lil Wayne in Knoxville in the arena. So
wow. That's a huge
yeah, yeah, yeah,
accomplishment. He's
yeah,
the GOAT,
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah. It was crazy, man. 20,000 people were sold out. So I'm just looking
Wow.
forward to just progressing and keep getting bigger and God willing, like just be there. My own show locks big across the screen and 20,000 more people was in front. That's what I'm looking
Absolutely.
forward to.
Well,
Mhm.
definitely congratulations on all of that because, making those accomplishments, that's important. What was it like? Take us to that moment of being on that stage opening for Lil Wayne. Like, where were you at mentally in that moment?
I tell people like I was in another planet, like, cause I mean, 20,000
Yeah.
people. I think for a lot of people in the world, like a lot of artists in the world, that's kind of like the most people that they've been in front of, like, and to this point. So, like, I was out there, and I remember just just being in my zone. Like, I was just ready, like right before they called me out, and then I was like, I'm. This is it. Like, this is the moment. You gotta enjoy it. You're not up here for. I mean, the time goes by just like that when you're in the moment. So as soon as I went out there and I said, like, after the first couple sentences, after I saw the faces light up and everybody was with it, I was just like, it's gone. I was just in a different planet. I mean, I forgot like where I was. It's hard to explain, but like I just knew that I was just having my time and it was my moment and I was doing it well. So.
It's like an outer body experience.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like it's definitely, and so I can only imagine what it feels like to do that like multiple times. Like just
Right.
every time it has to feel crazy. The adrenaline is just different, like different.
I can only imagine. Well, how long was your set?
I was up there for about I was up there for about 10, 10, 12 minutes.
That's a long time. That's a long time. But you're an athlete, so you're
Mhm.
conditioned. Some artists are
Mhm.
not conditioned. After 12 minutes, they would be like ready to fall out. So were you able to
Oh no,
get through
I
them
was
12 minutes?
man. Yeah. I was ready, and a lot of my words, like I got performance tracks, and I do a lot of my words myself. You know, like I do when I perform, I'm 85 to 90 percentile, like really like spitting what I gotta say and everything. And I'm, I prepare for that, because
Yeah.
it is tough, especially when I'm doing a lot of songs like back to back of high energy. You got to be able to be with it. So I'm with it. I'm with it.
I love it. I love it. Going into
Mm.
2024, like what are you going to make sure that you get done that maybe you didn't quite get done in 2023 within music?
I'll have my first headlining show.
Nice.
I'm planning to do that. Bring it back home, to the city. I definitely want to do it in my hometown. Just
Yeah.
like a big old homecoming. But I got a lot of big things on the way. Coming at the beginning of next year. I'm just ready to get this new music out, like just all the time. I'm ready to release music all the time. You know what I'm saying? If I could, I'd drop every day. It ain't there,
Every
but
single
we
day,
gotta
right?
every single day. But it's a timing and a way to go about things, of course. So we gotta do what we gotta do.
Absolutely. How many songs, if
Mhm.
you had to take a guess, how many unreleased songs are in the vault?
Dang,
That sounds
like
like a lot.
yeah, it's a lot, man. Because I sometimes I make music because I have my music that's just like I guess like kind of for me, and then I have music. I do music for sync too as well. So like my music lives in the TV and film space and video game
Love
space
it.
too as well. So I have that. I have that. This like that music. So I mean, it's definitely over. I mean, it's definitely over 50. I'm not gonna say it's like hundreds or anything like that. I mean, in regards to written songs that I just haven't done, probably hundreds.
That's
I'm a
amazing.
but me doing everything myself, yeah, I'd say like it's probably a little bit under 100. I'd say if I had just somebody producing for me and just engineering for me, it'd probably be like way more than that, just because I could focus on being a recording artist. But
Right.
when you do everything yourself, you have to have. I'm drawing inspiration from the beat. Got to be hard to me. The mix
Yeah.
has to be hard to me, and my lyrics have to be hard to me. If one of those like are off, then we're our critics, so kind of can throw things off and you don't end up getting things done. So that's kind of like one con I'd probably say about doing everything myself. But other than that, very productive.
Understood. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Once you record a song and you get into the phase of mixing and mastering it, on
Mhm.
average, how long do you spend mixing and mastering one song?
I'd say so. Just mixing and mastering the song, I'd probably take like an hour and a half. And I don't know how I get to that point. It just happens. I just look up and I'm like, dang. But because I'm changing things over time. Sometimes I've taken up to like 3 hours doing it
Yeah.
just because I want to add things, take away. Sometimes
Right.
I shut it off because I'm like, I'm done. I can't because then you get like your ears kind of get messed up. So then like I have to come back the next day and it sounds completely different. So then I do that. I say the longest I've spent just mixing and mastering a song probably is about 4 hours.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I can
you
understand that.
know,
You got to sometimes walk away and come back with a fresh set of ears,
yeah,
per se. Yeah, I could
yep.
definitely. Now, once
Hmm.
the song is finalized and you're like, okay, I think I got it where I want it, how many times do you listen to it before you put it out?
Probably about 100. Probably about 100, and it's that's like on repeat. If I can listen
Yeah.
to it 100 times, then I know somebody can like it once or
Yeah.
twice, or it's just me. If I can't listen to it, if I can't listen to my own voice over and over again, then I cannot. Like I don't know. I just can't see somebody else doing it. So like, if I feel good about it and I can hear it a lot, then I think I got one.
Absolutely. Is going to
Mm.
your car and listening to it in the car one of the go-to places that you have to hear it to make sure the mix is good?
Yes, yes, because that's where a lot of people listening to their car.
Exactly. That's
If
why
it's
I
good,
asked that.
if it's solid in the car, I don't send my music to anybody until I listen into my car first. So I'll
I
export it
hear
to
that a lot.
myself. Yeah, I export it to myself. I might play it through the phone. I know the phone's not a good thing, but at least I can know kind of like if I know what it sounds like good through the phone. So I'm like, all right, it's okay there. Because some people just don't have headphones or whatever. So you gotta
Right.
kind of test everything. And then I go to the car, I play it there. If I don't get a chance to send it out after that, after I think it's good, I'll go to the gym, run it back there because I got it in my
There you go.
headphones. And then once after I cover all that, we good to go. I'm sending it out. We solid. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta have all these spaces because, like you said, like, everybody listens to music in their car. That's a given when they're driving. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely a spot that,
Mhm.
and same thing at the gym. People got their headphones on, listening to music. I know I do
Mhm.
for sure. So that is really
Mhm.
dope. Are you going to be in album mode at all in 2024?
Yeah. 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 The last time, let's see, we're going out of 2023. I didn't drop a project this year. I dropped a project at the end of 2022. So
Okay.
it's been over a year, and I got just I think I got so much great music to just get out there. I feel like everything's matured. I've matured since the last project, and yeah, so I'm definitely gonna get one out next year. That's gonna happen. At least one. I got a lot of music, and I make a lot of music continuously, so I might double down depending on how things are, because I just
Yeah,
there's a lot I want to get off. A lot I want to get off. Hmm.
absolutely. Yeah. Like you said, you got a
Hmm.
lot sitting in the vault, so the world needs to hear it,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly. Exactly. I can't be selfish.
Right. Don't be
Can't be
selfish. We
selfish.
gotta hear all that good music. Do you
Exactly.
have a
Yeah.
really rounded catalog, like stuff for the ladies, stuff for the club, stuff for the smokers? You got like kind of a well-rounded catalog?
Yeah, I got some chill stuff for the smokers. I got some high stuff for the car. I'm working on getting. I have the stuff that's for the ladies or the people that like to chill. That's kind of like more so in the vault. I do have a couple songs out that's for I have Fallen, which is more so like an R&B vibe. I'm singing on there. And I have Settle Down that's out too that I released earlier this year. That's
Okay.
more so of like a love vibe, but I have plenty more that's in the vault. That's the take the way, but I'm gonna get that out. I definitely need to put some more out for the ladies. What I'm saying, the people that like to Netflix and chill, whatever. But if you
Right.
like to be hyped, turned up, or hit the smoke, whatever, I'm straight. I got you. It's
You
already out.
got all that, most
Mm,
definitely. But really, at the end of the
yeah.
day, the ladies are gonna probably be your biggest audience. So yeah, you definitely got to get them lady records. You got a couple of them out
Hmm.
there. What about videos? Did you put any videos out in this year?
Yeah, recently, my most recent single "Work," I got a music video out to that, so that can be put out there. I have a music video to Fall In. I have a music video to Jordan, Down for the Count. I have a few music videos out on YouTube. So if you type in LOCS music in all caps, it'll pop up there for you, and you can take a look at those.
I'm about to
So
go look right now. Let's
you
see,
can see
locks,
LOCS
and
music.
then the song is called "Work," right?
Yeah, yeah,
All right, so let's see here. Oh, it hasn't been out that long. It looks like 2 weeks.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, what a music video. The song has been out for a while. Because the
Right.
song was released in November, but the music video dropped 2 weeks ago, so it's fresh off the skillet.
Can I show a portion of it? Do you mind if I
Oh
won't
yeah,
play
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
thing because I want them to go to your YouTube and
yeah.
run your streams up, but if it's
Yeah.
cool, I wouldn't mind to bring it on the screen and let them see, at least 30 seconds of it to entice them, but then we're gonna listen to the entire audio after, but I want them to see about 30 seconds of the visual. Is that cool?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
All right, bet. Let me go ahead and get this pulled up, so bear with me a moment here, and we're gonna get this popping.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Ignition sequence
got it, no time to be talking. I'm walking back, keep all that energy. When I get local, shit, we can lay off around it. Don't motive to get where I'm headed. I'm built for whatever, don't teach me about it. Step in the building, they waiting for something. I'm guessing it's me and my goddess and crowded. Tell me about it. Put in work and they put them around it. All the money can't fit in the wallet. With some people, you know that they solid. I go fiend the way that it's shining. Don't ask me the time, cause you know I ain't got it. Whether it's 4 in the A or it's 2 in the P, I'ma go like a rocket. I'ma just put in that work. Plenty people just get up and learn. All that lacking just leaving them hurt. Can't be clean when you living with dirt. All the pressure be stacking, I get it, but that be the
All right, that's all we're gonna give him
Man.
because y'all gotta go
Doom,
to
doom,
his
doom,
YouTube
doom.
channel.
Man, I felt that.
Go
I
to
felt
his
that to
yo.
the
First of
stream.
all, that video is fire. I only
Man.
seen a little bit of it. Who shot that visual? Because they did a phenomenal job.
3PV Productions, man. He's down here in Atlanta. So I think it's at name is at 3PV underscore production. So if y'all want that fire, man, he does a lot of like just single videos like with the mic, the mic videos. He does that all the
Yes.
time, pretty great. But also obviously he shoots music videos and other content. So yeah, check him out.
So where did you film that one at?
I filmed that over here we're here on the northeast side. It's I forget what the
Studio
venue
space?
was. Yeah, it was a studio. I think it was Studio Space. Studio
They're
Space.
one of the more popular places on the north
I
side.
can't forget. I know I found a place on Paris Space, and I wish I remembered the name of it. But it was yeah, it's on the northeast side, in the Jewett Hills area, and it was just one big white wall, man. But they got a whole bunch of other
Yeah.
stuff going on there. You could tell they got it really going on. I wish I remember the name of the spot, but if you hop on Paris
It may
Space,
be Studio Space. Yeah, because Studio Space, they have like a money room and they got like one that looks like a hospital room. They got props and stuff, but they also got the white wall. So that
Yep.
may be it. If not, definitely check it out. It's just simply called Studio Space. So yeah,
yeah,
you might want to check them out for sure.
yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and listen to the entire audio. I just wanted to entice people to go to your YouTube channel
thanks.
and look it up. I found it easily. Anybody that's tuned in, simply just type in LOCS and then work, and it's gonna pop right up. It was like the first thing that popped up. So
There we
make sure you
go.
guys go check that out.
Yeah.
Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. In fact, I'm about to do that right now while I got you on. I'm gonna subscribe. I hit the like button. Subscribe. So boom, we locked and loaded.
Yeah.
So before we get into playing the record, where can people follow you at on your social media?
You can find me at LOCS Music. That's gonna be everything. That's gonna be at LOCS Music, LOCSMUSIC. And then if you're looking me up on streaming platforms, it's gonna be LOCS, LOCS in all caps. Can't miss me. I'm like, it's a black and white picture. I'm shaking my hair around, you know what I'm saying? All with the vibe. So yeah.
Love it. I love it. That is really, really dope, man. Well, thank you for taking some time and joining us tonight. At some point in time, you got to come through the studio. Like I said, I got a actual podcast studio over in Norcross. I'm usually there in the afternoon, so you got to come through and check it out. It would be a vibe.
For sure. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody you want to shout out to before we check out the record?
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's just been supporting me from the jump, man. From when I was releasing music on SoundCloud to now, like just everybody in my life, my family. Like I love y'all, and shout out to a good 2023 year. Let's get popping in 2024. Let's go.
Big facts, man. I got one more question for you before we get into the song. So we're live. Let me drop it. Industry's Most Wanted. Big Industry's Most Wanted. Industry's Most Wanted podcast. We got LOCS checking in. So I need you to go ahead and tell the whole world what makes you the industry's most wanted.
Man, what makes me LOCS the industry's most wanted, man, is because I keep it live, keep it turned, man. Always with a good time. And look. It's hot, man. It's hot. We in hot Atlanta, man, so we gotta keep it hot.
Big facts, man. Well, it was definitely a pleasure to have you here on the platform. Thank you for taking some time tonight. Initially we were gonna go 20. We went 40 minutes. That's because we had a good conversation.
Yeah, man. That's a vibe. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so thank you for giving me a little extra time for us to vibe out, and I'm excited. This record is really dope. I've already had the opportunity to listen to the entire record. I can tell that you absolutely know how to construct a record from actually writing the record to recording to the mix and master, like
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal all the
Oh,
way
and shout
around.
out
Who
to
produced this?
not on this record. I this is one of the, like, okay, I guess I produce and do everything 99% of my music. This was produced by two people, Carsini Beats, and then another guy, King Cobra, KYNGKOBRA. So shout out to him. I met him at a networking event down here in Atlanta, and it's one of those things where it's like, hey, let's get together and work. As
Yeah.
sometimes we know, sometimes it don't happen, but it happened, and we made some magic happen on the song. So shout out to him. He actually like engineered it and produced it on this one. So shout out to him, Cobra, Kim
Absolutely.
Cobra, out here in Atlanta. So,
My business partner, he's checking in on the grind live. Shaw Cypher, he has a platform just like this, so I'm gonna have to connect you with him as well, so you
okay,
can,
amazing.
because he's got a different audience. Yeah, so I'll definitely have to link you guys up so you can get an interview popping over there on his platform as well.
For sure, that sounds amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely. So we about to get into this record
Let's
again. I
get
know I
into
showed
it.
you guys a little snippet of the video, which is fire. So go to his YouTube. Soon as we get done, go to his YouTube, LOCS, work. You can find the video. Go
Work.
subscribe. Leave a comment. Give him a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? It don't cost you nothing but a few seconds of your time. Again, thank you for being here tonight. But we about to get into this record, man. Go ahead and introduce it for us.
Let's go, man. Hey, it's LOCS LOCS, and you're about to tune in to my most recent single, LOCS. Work.
Let's go. Y'all better turn up.
Hey. Wherever you at, man. If you're at work, at a car, at home, making a good meal, about to turn up, man. It's a good time.
Tell me I got it, I know that I got it. No time to be talking, I'm walking about it. Keep all that energy when I get local, that petty shit, we can lick off and surround it. Don't need a motive to get where I'm headed, I'm built for whatever, don't touch me about it. Step in the building, they waiting for something, I'm guessing it's me and my God, is it crowded? Tell me about it, put in work and they put them around it. All the money can't fit in the wallet. With some people, you know that they solid. Aquafina, the way that it's shining, don't ask me to talk, cause you know I ain't got it. Whether it's 4 in the A or it's 2 in the P, I'ma go like a Rocky. I'ma just put in that work. Plenty people just get up and learn. All that lacking just leaving them hurt. Can't be clean when you living with dirt. All the pressure be stacking, I get it, but that be the difference. You live and you learn. The hardest gon' take all that hurt and go turn into profits. I'm always gon' earn. I'ma just put in that work. Plenty people just get up and learn. All that lacking just leaving them hurt. Can't be clean when you living with dirt. All the pressure be stacking, I get it, but that be the difference. You live and you learn. The hardest gon' take all that hurt and go turn into profits. I'm always gon' earn. I'm always ahead, I can never be caught up. How we got partners you never been thought of. Acting like something you rarely proud of. Proud of my city, I had it come out of. I was in college and tell me why nobody told me exactly what I could get out of. Sitting attentive, the notes I was taking was lyrics to get me wherever I thought of. Took a diploma, don't know the location, it's probably been covered and that's so I oughta. Take a little moment to give you the truth, I'ma make it. That shit wasn't nothing, I gotta put in that work. Overseas and I'm watching them twerk. If they mad, I just give them a smirk. Don't debate, I just tell them my word. Over time, I just put in that work. Plenty people just get up and learn. All that lacking just leaving them hurt. Can't be clean when you living with dirt. All the pressure be stacking, I get it, but that be the difference. You live and you learn. The hardest gon' take all that hurt and go turn into profits. I'm always gon' earn. I'ma just put in that work. Plenty people just get up and learn. All that lacking just leaving them hurt. Can't be clean when you living with dirt. All the pressure be stacking, I get it, but that be the difference. You live and you learn. The hardest gon' take all that hurt and go turn into profits. I'm always gon' earn.
Ooh, wee.
Man.
Ooh, wee.
Hold on, man.
That record is fire.
That's going crazy.
Bro, that record is a hit.
Man.
That record is a hit. That record is gonna put a plaque on my wall. I'm manifesting it right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's living. It's living. So, you know what I'm saying? We living through that forever. I mean, it's a vibe, man. When I threw that on in that arena, man, it was like, what?
Let the crowd. My business partner even said, I'm gonna put it back on the screen. He said you were switching flows. That's something that's so important to me, and he and I talk about that a lot. In a record, every 4 bars, an artist needs to switch their flow up a little bit, because that's what makes a song more intriguing. It keeps people tuned in rather than sounding the same all the way through. And he picked up on that. It's a great record, bro. Like,
Thank you.
I'm so glad you got the visual out for it. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
watch the entire video now. I've already
Okay.
subscribed to your YouTube
Yeah.
channel, so I can stay in tune with what you got going on.
Yeah.
And
See how the vibe.
absolutely, after the new year, let's please link up. Let's make a time for you to come
Yeah.
by the podcast studio so we can do this in person. It would be my
Yeah.
pleasure to have you as a guest.
Thank you. Thank you. For sure. For sure. For sure. Thank
Most definitely. Well, thank you again for joining us tonight, and I'll definitely talk to you soon. If I don't talk to you before the new year, happy holidays, happy
you.
new
Yeah.
year, but we
Likewise.
definitely gonna stay locked in.
Yes, of course.
And I'm about
Thank
to go
you.
follow you on IG right now. Make sure
Let's
you
get it.
follow me back at
I got you.
TampaMystic, you know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying? Most
For sure.
definitely. Most definitely. Well,
All
you
right.
enjoy the rest of your night. And thank you, everybody who tuned in, tapped in. If you missed any of this, it does stay permanently on the YouTube channel. So make sure you guys go check it out.